Okay, let's be real for a second. You've got this massive goal, right? It's a mountain. Maybe it's writing a book, starting a business, learning to code, or finally getting fit. It stands there, huge and intimidating, and every time you look at it, you feel a mix of excitement and pure, unadulterated dread. You know you should start climbing, but the sheer effort of walking all the way to the top feels impossible. So you don't. You just stand at the base staring up paralyzed. I know that feeling intimately. For years I had my own mountain range of abandoned projects. I wanted to learn a new language, build a website, write a screenplay, you name it. I'd buy the books, watch the tutorials, and map out the entire journey from base camp to summit. But I was so fixated on the perfect, heroic, step-by-step climb that I never even put on my hiking boots. The pressure to do it right was heavier than any backpack. It wasn't until I hit a wall of frustration that I started digging, not for a better trail map, but for a completely different way to travel. I dove into books, podcasts, and articles, and what I found changed everything. I discovered how to climb a mountain without having to walk. The first and most liberating secret is to stop seeing it as a mountain. You have to shrink the monster. We get so overwhelmed by the end goal, write a 50,000-word novel, that we freeze. The trick is to radically redefine your task for the day. Your job isn't to climb the mountain. No, your job is simply to find a pretty rock at the foot of the hill. Instead of start a business, your task is Google one potential business name for 5 minutes. See the difference? One is a life-altering expedition. The other is a small, curious, and almost laughably easy action. You're not trying to conquer anything. You're just getting a little closer with zero pressure. This leads to the next game-changing piece of the puzzle, the famous 2-minute rule. The idea is that any new habit should take less than 2 minutes to do. Want to get fit? Don't commit to a 1-hour workout. Just put on your workout clothes, that's it. That's the win for the day. Want to write a book? Don't sit down to write a chapter. Just open the document and write 1 sentence. The point isn't to make progress. The point is to make starting frictionless. You're not trying to walk up the mountain. You're just showing up at the base camp every day. And what you'll find is magical. Once you've put your workout clothes on, you might as well do a few stretches. Once you've written 1 sentence, a second one often follows. The momentum builds itself, but only if the initial step feels like no effort at all. Now we have to talk about the main villain in this story, the one who tells you that finding a pretty rock or writing 1 sentence is a waste of time. There's this annoying little gremlin that lives in our brains, whispering that if you can't do it perfectly, you shouldn't do it at all. Its name is perfectionism, and we need to politely or not so politely kick that dude to the curb. The most powerful weapon against this gremlin is giving yourself permission to be messy. Embrace the idea of a shitty first draft. Your first attempt at anything, a business plan, a song, a workout routine, is supposed to be clumsy and imperfect. It's a feature, not a bug. The goal isn't to create a masterpiece on day 1. The goal is to make a mark. Any mark. You can always edit a bad page. You can't edit a blank one. This brings me to the final, and maybe most important part, building your gondola. This is how you truly climb the mountain without walking. All these little tricks, shrinking the goal, the 2-minute rule, and embracing imperfection, are not just one-off hacks. They are the components you use to build a system, a gentle automated vehicle that carries you up the mountain over time. Your tiny daily action is the cable. Your consistency is the engine. Each day you show up for your 2 minutes. You're not hiking, you're laying another foot of cable for your gondola. One day you look up and realize you're halfway to the summit and you haven't even broken a sweat. The gondola, your sustainable, low-pressure habit, did the heavy lifting for you. It's the ultimate triumph of consistency over intensity. Now, I'd love to claim I am some kind of genius who figured all this out myself, but that's not the case. This whole approach is a synthesis of brilliant ideas from people far smarter than me. The 2-minute rule is a cornerstone of James Clear's masterpiece, Atomic Habits. The concept of the shitty first draft was immortalized by author Anne Lamott in her book Bird by Bird. The idea of small continuous improvement is rooted in the Japanese philosophy of Kaizen. I just collected the pieces that finally made sense to me, the ones that felt human and sustainable. So, forget the exhausting hike. Stop staring at the peak and start building your gondola. Find your pretty rock, open the document, give yourself the grace to be a beginner. The view from the top is just as amazing, and trust me, the ride up is a whole lot better.